Hi everyone, about to start part 5. Just wanted to give a little intro. This is pre-crisis Shayla. I don't know what's gonna happen. There could be tears. I bet there's gonna be a lot of oh my god. But yeah, this has been an awesome crossover. It's been a fun journey. Let's get started with part 5. We're back!
Finally. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. No, it's okay, it's okay. Are you okay? Did you have a bad dream? I don't know. How did I get here? Dawn of time. Is that what you were watching before you nodded off? Wait.
Did everyone forget? What?
Now I am proud to introduce the winner of this year's Nobel Peace Prize.
Lex Luthor. Of course! Of course.
People say he's a good guy. Carl, we're talking about Lex Luthor.
Where's Lena?
He's the best guy. No,
Oh.
he's a psychopathic lunatic. What? And he's your #1 supporter. I mean, besides Lena. And all the times that they defended you to the president, what has gotten into you? Wait, did you just say boss?
Luthor. Whoa. Hey, it's Flash. It's Weather Wizard's daughter. Hey, Mary.
Sorry, she's one of mine.
Well, what's she doing on my Earth?
What?
Wait, what are you doing on my Earth?
Your Earth is my Earth.
I just love it when you guys came up. Would you sign this for me, please? Okay. Oh, sure.
Wait, you know both of us?
And it's normal to see us together?
I'm assuming that man was somebody, but I don't know who he is. Cool though. Nash? Is it Nash? Yep. Ooh. Will he remember? I don't know.
For help. Now!
Oliver! I need to talk to you guys.
We already know.
Marsh and John came by and gave us a splitting headache.
He died twice.
Oh, John! No. That felt more final right there, that scene, but I still don't buy it.
This is all his fault. He's the one who released the anti-venom.
Yeah,
He paid dearly for his misjudgment,
but he
but
didn't.
not as much as some others.
Yeah.
You and the others, you saved the universe. You fixed my mistake. Right? Not entirely.
Kind of. Oh.
What is that?
We're being attacked.
By who?
What is that face?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
Lex Luthor? What the fuck? Oh, I just said. If you didn't watch my Arrow reaction, I had a whole thing at the end when I talk about my afterthoughts on episode 4, where I was just like, you know, Legends. It's most likely going to be a big finale episode to Crisis. We're not going to have a lot of that regular Legends ridiculousness. I'm so glad I was wrong.
How the hell did Beebo get here?
Isn't a more pressing question, why is there a giant Beebo walking down the street?
Well, this wouldn't be the first time. It's a long story.
That's right. Wally told us about the time you guys used those totems to turn yourselves into a giant Beebo to find a time demon.
I guess it's not a long story. Could that be what's happening here? Ava, Nate, you there? I need a 20 on Beyrod and his totem.
Sarah!
Hi! What is it? It can't be just Beebo, right?
Guys, something's off. I'm not reading any known elements. Nothing off the periodic table.
Ah, hey! Oh.
You got it again.
Whoa! Is that time wraith? No. What? No, it's one of those shadow things. That was a cool shot. Really like that.
I thought we got rid of all those things.
No.
The shadow demons are back. I believe we are being hunted.
The anti-monitor is alive.
Great. Not surprised, but great.
Or sacrifice himself.
If we're gonna go down,
Gonna go down fight.
we go down fighting.
Hell yeah, Sarah Lance. Oh, yeah, fucking love her so much.
Is this new?
New world, new look.
Got the chatter, they're here.
Cool. Oh, look at that. What a funky lineup. Oh, I bet they had so much fun doing that. Oh, I bet they had so much fun doing this too.
Do you want to take this guy or should I?
Ladies first.
Age before beauty.
Oh, I love them. Whoa. Oh!
Who the hell are you? You guys just saved your ass.
Oliver died so that we could continue to fight. He sacrificed everything for this new world, and we will not fail him. For Oliver. For Oliver.
For Oliver.
He just looks amused by him. So, woo! Oh, of course, shields. Whoa! Whoa! What the hell? What the hell? Holy shit! Holy shit!
Hope I'm not too late. Hang on, Superman.
I love the Legends music in the background.
We did it!
Thankfully, we were saved.
Oh, yay!
Heroes who came together in peace never before.
Hey, come over here, your brother was plenty.
Such an event. Their unity and strength should be an example for us all. I'm told this assembly was led by Star City's own.
Wait, what the hell does that mean?
Clark, I need you to get to Metropolis now. It's the boys.
Boys.
Yeah, honey, your sons.
While in a hard-fought
Set
battle,
up the pilot.
that Oliver Queen sacrificed his life for our world's survival. We can take solace in knowing that he lived as he died, with honor. I ask all of you to join me in a moment of silence to honor him now.
Every existence multiplied by possibility
Whoa.
and spread out before space and time in infinite measure.
Oh.
Civilizations rose and fell.
Whoa, that's so cool that they did that.
And across reality's grasping expanse. Life, a precious gift, persevering in the face of
That's-
every obstacle.
I know what that is. I haven't seen it, but oh, oh,
Until finally, the age of heroes was born.
This is not a condemned building. No, listen, this is an old Star Labs research facility that nobody uses, and what's even better, no one knows it exists.
Good for you.
No, good for us. I figure we could all use this to gather if anything ever happens again.
dope.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Very, very cool. Wow. comic book reference, but oh. Hello everyone and welcome back. So I time traveled a little bit. This is the future right now. This is Thursday, the day that you're about to see this or will see this or have seen this. And I was in the middle of editing when I was watching my afterthoughts and realized I wanted to redo it because I rewatched the final episode again with my mom, the final 2 parts, and I read some interviews, post-interviews with executive producers about certain questions that I even had when I got done watching, and I decided to just let my digested thoughts happen instead of my post thoughts, which were very all over the place. I didn't speak about everything that I wanted to speak about, so now I'm here redoing everything. But yeah, okay, let's first talk about part 5 specifically, and then I'll get into the crisis as a whole. You know, editing this was a lot of fun and also very difficult. Cutting down a lot of moments that I really, really loved. It's nice doing it now because I can kind of give you my thoughts and feelings on parts that got cut out, and I know what got cut out. You know, a lot of the Oliver stuff, I tried to keep in as much Oliver stuff as I could because this was very much his episode without him being in it. You know, this was a shrine, this was a honor to Oliver. And I like the juxtaposition at the beginning with Lex Luthor winning the Medal of Honor when really it was Oliver Queen's episode and he was the one honored. You know, I really, really like that. I also like the fact that this part really is a great Kickstarter to a lot of possible changes with all the shows that we watch. Specifically, I'm most excited about Supergirl. You know, we have Lex now. Everyone thinks that he's a good guy except probably our main crew. Lena, who is kind of up in the air right now. I don't know if she'll remember it, you know, the way that she did, or if she's just going to be thinking that, you know, oh, Kara, I love Supergirl. Does she even know that Kara is Supergirl, or does she have to relearn that information because everything's changed with that? I have no idea, but Supergirl's probably the most excited show that I am for comeback besides Legends and Arrow, because Arrow's ending and Legends is Legends, and I'm always excited to see Legends. Flash, I don't know what's going to happen with Flash. Flash is the one that I'm most curious about and a little bit scared for. You know, I've made my opinion known on the Flash before where I'm not that interested in it anymore, but I'm still watching it. You know, now they have this, I have this curiosity involving 6B, but a lot of my curiosity that always goes in the Flash normally is a bit of a letdown for me. You know, when we had Flashpoint, I was expecting, oh, and it was good, but it was only 1 episode. It got resolved like that. Their cliffhangers don't always meet their resolutions, so I don't know what's going to happen with Flash, but I am curious. They always grab me at a certain point. Batwoman, I read a post-interview with, I think, Mark Guggenheim, and he was saying that they're doing batshit crazy stuff over there. Ha, batshit, ha. So I am intrigued on what's going on with that, and if any of the dynamics between certain characters will change. You know, will there be people not there anymore, or will there be just new dynamics all around? I don't know. Same with Flash, you know, something could happen with that too. But it seemed like everything was similar, where what we saw was similar. Like Caitlyn was pretty much the same. Nash was Nash. He had that whole thing that happened to him. We didn't see Cisco or Iris, but I'm assuming everything's pretty much even keel over there. Legends, I mean, we already had such a big setup with Legends last season, so this is just adding to all of the stuff that happened already. So I'm fully expecting them to just kind of go on their path of, boom, this is happening, but also crisis just happened. And Sarah's, you know, what I really liked about this episode, this is jumping back into part 5 and kind of this whole crux of crisis. You know, we always had Oliver being our central leader for everybody, you know what I mean? Because he was the one that started us out. There was a line whenever the president was speaking, she was like, he was our first, and I had to cut it out to save time. But I really, really liked that, and my reaction was just, yeah, kind of like, yes, you know? But what they did with Sarah, they made her kind of the leader this episode. You know, she was taking charge with the Beebo fight, which the Beebo fight, oh my god. I mentioned it in this reaction, but the fact that they added in a Legends of Tomorrow ridiculousness into everything makes me so happy, and I love it. And I love that people who probably don't watch Legends, or maybe don't watch Legends, are just watching the Crisis crossover and are like, what the actual hell is going on? And hopefully that allows some people to catch up on Legends, or to be interested in what Legends is, because I think it is the most underrated show out of all the shows that we have with the Arrowverse. But when Sarah was taking charge, she felt very natural, and she felt like the leader of everybody in that group. So I really like that, you know, because as much as Oliver Queen is our starter, our hero, Sarah Lance is right behind him, you know. If she would have never run on that boat, probably none of this would have been happening. She's the paragon of destiny, you know? So I like that, and I like the new role, and I'm curious to see if that will affect anything with her character on Legends. The final fight. Let me talk about the final fight. At the time, I was a little bit disappointed with it, because I had this expectation going in where we would have all of our villains come back and blah, blah, blah. But then I read a post interview where it was basically like, you know, the showrunner that was involved with making that like article with the Reverse Flash, and Reverse Flash saying at the end of season 5, you know, I'll see you in the Crisis, wasn't a part of that process. A lot of the writers that were making that weren't a part of the process for making the crossover in general, and things change, you know. Also, I read budgetary stuff, which, you know, my mom, when I was watching it with my mom, she was like, where's Iris? Where's Cisco? You know? And immediately when she said that, she was like, oh, budget. You know, and the thing that they focused on mainly was getting the amount of people that they got in it, so some of the final fights, or some of the fights, had to take a little bit of a hit, which makes sense. I'm a lot more happy with those cameo appearances like Lucifer, Ezra Miller, Tom Welling, and a lot more than I would be if it was just a better fight. You know, those are more memorable than I think a final fight would be, so I'm excited about that, or I was excited about that now, reading that. Ooh, what else? The Crisis as a whole, I think I nailed my rankings, or I think I figured out my rankings. I think part 3 was my favorite, just because it ended on a cliffhanger that was crazy, and we had the Lucifer cameo, and all around I just think it was the best part. Then part 4 and 5 are kind of congruent with each other. I think part 4 edges over a little bit because I like the memory stuff, and the cameo from Ezra Miller was just so shocking, and I wouldn't see that. I didn't see the Lucifer cameo coming, but I didn't see the Ezra Miller cameo coming in a million years. So that was really cool. Part 5, the Beebo stuff, and the fact that we just had Legends back really is super exciting to me. Also, the ending montage. You know, I mentioned, I was like, oh, I know who those people are, and that was Doom Patrol, but Titans was right before it. I didn't recognize it. I know more about Doom Patrol than I do know about Titans. I haven't seen either shows. 1, because of time, and 2, because I just haven't had a chance to get into it quite yet. But I did see a recommended scene for Doom Patrol in my YouTube recommendations, and I watched it, and it was a weird scene. I can't quite even remember what it was, but I recognize those characters. We also had the Green Lantern world. We got a little tease of that. Would love... I know that Arrow's ending, but there's always a possibility for those characters to do something more. Like, we already have this backdoor pilot that will happen next week with Arrow, and it's the Green Arrow and the Canary spinoff, which I read a little bit about that. Not going to delve into that because that's kind of gets into spoiler territory, but I'm more excited for that episode than I thought initially. That's all I'll say about that. But I hope one day that John Diggle will maybe dress up as Green Lantern. That'd be so freaking cool, but I'm not gonna hold too much to it. You know, they've already done a lot. What else? And the thing that got me the most weirdly emotional, I think, out of all of these crossovers was that Superman scene with, you know, Kingdom Come Superman, Clark Kent, Brandon Routh's Superman flying at the very end. That got me emotional. I don't know why. It's just seeing him get to play this character again, and also just, I don't want to say this either because it's possible spoilers for people who don't know about Legends of Tomorrow, or Brandon specifically. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about with Brandon Routh and like involvement in Legends of Tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about. But that got me emotional just seeing him again and knowing like what's going to happen, or an idea of what's going to happen. Also, they kind of set up the little bit of the Superman and Lois Lane pilot that has officially been ordered to series, by the way, with the Wonder Twins. And speaking of the Wonder Twins, I had no idea who Gleek was, and my mom actually knew. I didn't look up any information after I watched the episode because I was kind of just in this, I need to edit now, and went into this editing thing. But when I was rewatching it with my mom last night, she was like, I know that name. I was like, you know, and I don't know this, what? And then she was like, yeah. And then she described to me what it was. And I was like, oh, okay. But she was like, I can't believe I knew it and you did. I was like, I know. My DC knowledge, I think, is very average. I know more than probably the regular person just walking down the street, but it's definitely like with Marv. Marv, I'm pretty sure that's his name. If it's not, very sorry, but he was the writer for Crisis, or at least that's what I've heard from multiple people. So yeah. Ooh, what else? Oh yeah, going back to rankings, but part 3 is my favorite. Part 4 and 5 are kind of congruent for second place. Then part 2, then part 1. I think part 2 was probably the most giddy I was the entire time, because it was, you know, person after person, cameo after cameo, thing after thing. It was just, you know, all the time. But part 1 was kind of just set up, and that's why it's probably my least favorite. I'm trying to think if there was anything else to talk about, or things that I've just been running on steam this entire time. I don't think I've stopped talking for however long this has been recording, but it's good because I think I already loved this review way more than the review I did afterwards, because it was very spotty and I was trying to figure out what to say and it was all very fresh on my mind. But now that I had time to, it's better. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't really know. I don't think I'm going to talk about Legends in this one, because this was very much a Crisis episode rather than a Legends episode, and there wasn't anything that was like majorly Legends this episode. I think I'll leave that for next week. But yeah, I mentioned several times during this Crisis that I never believed that Oliver was dead, and I still don't believe that Oliver's dead. I don't think that... And we even had that thing at the end of season 7 of Arrow where Felicity was, you know, called the monitors like, I'm ready to see him now, and then walked through a portal. So I don't think he's gone. Especially the fact that we have 2 more episodes of Arrow left, and one of them is the backdoor pilot, and I don't expect Oliver to be in that one, maybe in the last couple minutes of it. Even if that doesn't happen, I won't be like, oh, totally shocked. But there's still the final episode of Arrow, and there's no way Oliver's not going to be in that one. So it's like, something has to happen, or there has to be something here that is involving Oliver. So that's why, you know, I feel like this episode, and specifically Crisis as a whole, was a big tribute to Oliver Queen, and was a big tribute to his character in the show Arrow. But, you know, I think some of that emotional, what would be, didn't really hit for me that much, because I always in the back of my head was like, there's 2 more episodes left, there's 2 more episodes left, there's 2 more episodes left. But I am super excited to see how that ends. I'm super excited to see everything else with the Arrowverse this year. You know, this they were talking in the interview, that was like, this changes the fabric of all of the shows we watch, and it's like peeling the layers back of an onion. You know, you find out, you're gonna find out a lot more and all that stuff as the shows progress. It makes me sad a little bit that Arrow is ending, because this could have opened up so many possibilities for it. But if the Green Arrow and the Canary spinoff does happen, possibly we'll get some of that explanations there. But yeah, again, I'm probably missing something, but I have talked for a very long time, and I'm trying to think like if there's anything else. I don't know. I could talk about my favorites moments, but I think that's pretty much in my reactions, you know what I mean? Like a lot of my specific, like all the cameos were a lot of fun, and I think the ending scene for part 3 was really, really cool. Whenever Kara was, you know, about to sacrifice herself at the very end of this one was interesting, because at the time I thought in the back of my mind when I was watching, I was like, oh my god, I know what she's doing, but I knew it wasn't going to take, because duh, they're still Supergirl. But I really liked Melissa's just, you know, you saw in her face that she was going to do it. She was fully prepared to do it, and then Ray came in and saved her, which was nice. And then she threw the thing, which is another part of the reaction that I couldn't get in because of time, but it was a really cool, just like throw like a girl. She was like, always. And yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. But yeah, I think the most disappointing thing, you know, whenever I was initially recording this, I had a couple things that I was disappointed by, mainly the final fight, but now knowing about budgetary issues and how they chose to figure everything out, I am much more happy with the fight here, and I think that it was a great, like, final fight. I also liked, you know, as much as Oliver wasn't, as much as I would have liked to see Oliver in that final fight, I'm glad he wasn't in it, because it's another step to us no longer seeing him on screen. You know what I mean? It's getting us used to that, no longer seeing him on screen. But the thing that I think was most disappointing to me, or not disappointing, but most I would have liked to see, was I made a prediction at the beginning of my Arrow reaction yesterday, that I wanted to see, there's like beeping going on outside, okay, but I wanted to see something happen with Barry, because I felt like that 6-year buildup was a little bit too quickly solved, and that didn't happen. Again, new showrunner, you're relying on someone else who, you know, that they had their vision, and now it's a new showrunner, it's new writers and things like that, or, you know, semi-new writers or whatever. So like things change, you know. But I would have liked to see a little bit more repercussions on Flash. But who knows? They could totally go with 6. I don't think Flash is returning right away. I don't remember. It might be just next week. But Flash could start out with their mid-season premiere like a bang. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, that's everything, I think. I'm going to go and save my voice because I've been talking for a while. And this is just a one-take review. I'm pretty proud of myself for this. I haven't really messed up at all. Normally there's a little bit of fumbling. I'm like, oh crap. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching this crisis with me. Tell me what you thought of everything in the comments. Were you happy? Were you sad? Were you disappointed? Were you excited? Hopefully some of the things that I said in this, if you didn't read that interview, if you didn't read some of the interviews with the executive producers, I fully recommend it. Maybe I'll leave a link in the description if I remember, but you know, hopefully that will make some of your disappointments less like it did for me. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you guys for watching, and we have the end of Arrow coming soon, and maybe some Legends stuff. We'll know. Who knows? But we'll see. Anyway, bye everybody. Wow, a proper outro, kind of. A little bit. Not, well, kind of. Bye.